Hey, what is up, guys? In today's video, I got not one, but two games. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes and Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition for both for the Nintendo Switch. Now, Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes is interesting because this is technically a first-party Nintendo game. Okay, it is a spin-off that was developed by Koei Tecmo, who also did Fire Emblem Warriors as well as Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, so on and so forth. But what I find interesting is just how cheap it was. Like it says here it's $30. I actually got it for $22, roughly a little more than $22 Canadian. And because EB Games just made a return here in Canada, and so they celebrated by having a sale where you can get things for 20% off, which is stackable with Edge. So I got this for 25% off, which was really nice. And yeah, it's a it's it's a first-party Nintendo game technically at a heavily discounted price. If I had to guess, why so cheap? Well, probably because it is a very as popular as Fire Emblem has become, it still has a limited appeal somewhat. It has its own niche audience, as they would say. So it's not like I can just recommend this to like a parent who's trying to buy a game for their kids, because you do kind of need to know the story of Fire Emblem Three Houses. This is this is one of those pseudo sequels that they made, like the aforementioned titles I just mentioned. Age of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity was a pseudo sequel slash prequel to Breath of the Wild. Persona 5 Strikers is a pseudo sequel to Persona 5, base Persona 5, not Royal. And yeah, I'm aware this is very much a hack and slash game. You have a whole bunch of enemies on screen, and your objective is to defeat them, so on and so forth. Now, if you look on the back here, 3 regions at war, 3 stories yet untold, 3 hopes for Fodland's future. And of course, because we live in Canada, it's also written in French. Lead heroes from the Fire Emblem Three Houses game in epic battles, prepare for battle, command the chaos, strengthen the bond between your allies to gain a tactical advantage, sharpen your strategies in the heat of battle against hundreds of opponents. It's a 1 to 2 player game. With, of course, it's 1 player in handheld mode, Amiibo compatible, Switch Pro compatible, and so on and so forth. And it's rated T for teen. And if you take a look at the spine, well, it's not that much different than anything else. But yeah, let's actually open this up. I'm pretty sure it's just a cartridge. Now, when I did find this in EB Games, I was actually a little worried because the thing is, the copy that I found on the shelf did not have a box art on it. It was just literally just a blank piece of paper with writing on it, and so I was a bit concerned that they were just going to give me a case that did not have the box art, because I've made it. I'm making it a priority to not get any Switch games that doesn't have the box art or case, like the original box art and case, that is. So if it's just cartridge only, or doesn't have the proper box art, or the box art is maybe a little too damaged, I may not get it, just because I have, for every single console I have outside of the Switch, I have that same issue, and I don't want it, here if I can avoid it. That is, I probably won't, but I may waffle on that, or just change my mind entirely. But we'll see as I start collecting more and more Switch games. But yeah, here's the cartridge itself. There's nothing in here at all. You do have this nice artwork showing the game setting. But with that said, let's actually pop this cartridge in and see what happens. Okay, cartridge is popped in. All right, the icon shows up. That's good. Yeah, let's see how big the update is. Okay, so the update is puny, 34.5 megabits. That's basically it. I'm Yeah, let's actually start the game up and see if it just boots up. All right, so the game at the very least boots up to the main menu just fine, so that's good. Yeah, so this is version 1.0.02, and yeah, this is Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Um, all right, now let's talk about Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition. So first of all, this game was really cheap. I'm talking like not even $15. I got this for like $11 and I think 25 cents or something like that. I can't remember, but it was like 25% off of whatever the sticker price you see here, which in of itself is an incredible deal. Like even brand new, it's a really good deal. $20 and you get all the DLC um, in one neat package. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't have everything on the cartridge, as you can see right here. Um, there is a download required because of course this is 2K. Most of their games require a download, sadly, and some editions of their games like Borderlands, sorry, yeah, Borderlands Legendary Collection, which I also have right here, containing Borderlands 1, 2, and the pre-sequel, are now just a code in the box. I was lucky. I actually got this one before they implemented the whole code in a box thing. But even then, only the first game's actually on the cartridge, whereas um, Borderlands 2 and the prequel is on a code, um, which sucks because it's actually worse than the Bioshock collection. Bioshock collection, even though you have to download, um, the license for all three games are on the cartridge. This it just has the Borderlands 1 on the cartridge, and that's it. Borderlands 2 and prequel is a one-time code, and after that, you're done. It's gone. So meaning that Borderlands 2 and Borderlands prequel, um, unless if you didn't, if someday in the future, like maybe whenever the eShop closes down, you're going to be out of luck. You will not be able to play those games unless you've already downloaded them or purchased them. But yeah, that's the situation with Borderlands. But hey, I do appreciate at the very least you have the entire um, quadrilogy or tetralogy, if you want to call it that. Um, I mean, if we include just the numbered entries, yeah, you got the entire trilogy on there, which is nice. Um, and if you look on the back, it says here you need at least 62 gigabytes. Um, I don't think that's actually true, because the eShop over here says that you only need about 11 gigabytes plus an additional 27. So I'm not sure how much. I'm not sure. I don't think this is actually true. I think they even mentioned one of the developers even mentioned that they just gave a random number. I can't remember if it was this game or something else though. But I know a developer of a game pointed out very quickly that for one of their titles that they just made up the number because they didn't actually know how much space the game would take up. But yeah, if we look on the back, make some mayhem, shoot and loot your way through a mayhem-fueled adventure. Play solo or co-op as one of the four unique Vault Hunters, score loads of loot, and save the galaxy from a fanatical threat. Face ruthless baddies, customize your playstyle, discover extraordinary worlds. The Ultimate Edition includes the game, Season 2 Pass, and deluxe bonus content. Sorry, Season Pass 2. Yeah, so this concludes both the first and second Season Pass. There were two Season Passes that came with this game that launched for this game. And by the time the Switch version came out, they basically bundled everything together, hence the title Ultimate Edition. The game does support online mode, 1 to 2 players, um, compared to yeah, which is about the same as the previous entries as well. Yeah, also Nintendo Switch Pro compatible, and basic reading ability is needed. So yeah, that's basically it. Now I would open up the game and but I'm actually tempted to just keep it sealed because I have the Super Deluxe Edition on Xbox One, and I also have a free copy thanks to the Epic Game Store of the base game. So if in the next 2 weeks I change my mind, I can return it for as long as this is sealed. So yeah, I am going to keep it sealed for now. Uh, if I end up opening it anyways, then I will definitely do that, and we'll do a video, a very short video on what's on the cartridge and how much space, how much I have to download. Because of course, like I said, this game requires a download. I just don't know how much exactly, um, for sure. But yeah, at least if I can say anything positive, even though this is one of those games that requires a download, the license it's at least it's a little better than what Nintendo Switch 2 is doing, if only marginally. Nintendo Switch 2 has those game key cards, which are just purely a license on the card and nothing else. Um, but that's not really saying much, considering it's not fully on the disc, or sorry, cartridge. But yeah, that's Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I now have everything on Switch. Well, except the Tales from the Borderlands, or New Tales from the Borderlands, but those are spin-off titles. But anyways, guys, that does it for this video. If you like what you saw, want to see more, as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.